Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Leadership Insight, where today it's about maintain your peace at work, how knowing your values keeps you focused and stress free. Again, welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on how and where you're watching us from. Welcome again to another insightful session. I am so thrilled to be here with you today as we continue to explore this critical topic. And it's about making sure you know how to navigate this throughout your career. So, this is for now and it's for your future. Maintaining your peace at work by knowing your values. Let's talk about what we talked about last week, which was maintaining your peace at work, where we focused on what you can control and what's not within your control. Make sure if you missed any parts of that you go back and listen to that, because you really do need to start to make sure that you are not giving your time, or at least not much time, to things that you cannot control. Now, we're going to continue this topic because it really is something that we all can use right now. Work can be stressful as is when we're talking about dealing with deadlines, office politics, world politics, and in today's climate, when we're talking about even just regular old politics, how that is becoming such a centralized focus in some of the work that you may be doing. And then you're talking about expectations, different competing demands. And it is easy on a good day. Now, listen, it's easy on a good day to start to get stressed out. But if you then add the world situation, you start adding in what you're doing in maybe California, what you're doing in South Dakota, what's happening in Washington, D.C., all of these things, the truth of the matter, it can start to feel overwhelming. And I don't want you all to be out there in overwhelm. I want you all to be out there in peace. And so that's why we must talk about this. When you know your values, you gain clarity. You become more focused. Listen, you're going to stop second guessing yourself and start making choices that align with who you truly are. Our 2 points for today is going to be defining your own values and protecting your values from outside pressure. So 2 points we're going to talk about. And by the end of this session, you're going to walk away with a deeper understanding of how to stay grounded, confident, and stress-free by leading from your values, not from someone else's expectation. So let's go ahead and jump in. Do not forget to like and subscribe from whatever platform you are viewing us from. Now, you may be saying, why does this matter? Because great leaders don't just react to situations, they lead with intention. And intention comes from knowing what truly matters to you. Have you ever felt pressure to compromise what's important to you just to fit in? Maybe it was to please a boss. Maybe you felt like, well, if I do this, even though I may not want to, I'm going to keep the peace. Maybe that's been you. Maybe you value honesty, but when you're in the workplace where people cut corners, you start to say, well, I guess that's okay. Maybe you believe in collaboration, but you work in such a competitive environment, in such a cutthroat culture, that you're just like, oh, well, I guess I need to assimilate. I guess I need to just fit in. In these types of situations, especially when there's such a contrast in values, that can create stress. That can create frustration. And then, dare I say, it can create burnout. And because you're being asked to be something that you're not, the most effective leaders are crystal clear when it comes to their values. They don't waste energy. They don't waste trying to be something that they're not. They don't get distracted by other people's opinion of who they should be. Instead, they stay focused and they stay at peace because their decisions are based on what truly matters and aligns with who they are. When you don't define those values for yourself, someone else will do it. And that's when you start to lose some of your peace. If you want to advance in your career, you need to know, what do you stand for? Because that will set you apart as a strong, confident leader. Our first point, I want you to define your values, and again, not someone else's. One of the biggest mistakes career professionals make is adopting someone else's values without even realizing it. Maybe you were taught that success means working nonstop. Maybe you were taught that success means working nonstop, even if it means burnout. Maybe someone told you that you must be nice at all time, even when it costs your boundaries. Maybe you feel pressure to be that go-to person for every single last person. Oh, and you too, and you too, and I gotta. Oh, okay, I can do it. Maybe by the end of never more. Because you just want to be that go-to person for everyone. Yeah. Even when it's exhausting to your detriment. The truth is, your values are yours. They are personal. They are unique to you. You may love honesty. You may love integrity. The next person may love collaboration, and they may love something else. It is okay. There is a plethora. It's not infinite, but close enough. There are so many different values out there that we hold on to. What are the ones that stand out for you? If you want to maintain your peace at work, and you need to take the time, like right now, make sure you take the time to clearly define what matters to you. What influence is important without someone telling you, oh, well, I believe in this. It is so important. Listen, this is something that I preach. If people who know me, and if you're in my circle, you probably tired of me saying, I am so tired of people looking at these stars. I am so tired of people looking at people they don't know from a hill of beans, and you are taking it just because they make $1 million. Don't get me wrong. Money is important to me. I'm not saying it's not. But just because a person makes $1 million trillion and they say the sky is pink, purple with lilac and a little bit of white and a little bit of black and a little bit of red. Yeah. And I'm talking about the sky. Y'all like, oh, yes, I'm going to take that and run with it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Define what the sky looks like to you. Stop taking someone's opinion and just running with it. It is so important that you know what you stand for. If you want to maintain your peace at work, you need to define some things. What are your non-negotiable in life, in your career? That's one of the questions. What are your non-negotiables? What kind of a leader are you, or what kind of leader do you want to be? I need you to take some time out, and I need you to jot that down. Speak it out, write it out, whichever way works for you. What behaviors or situations make you feel proud? When's a time that you felt really good about yourself? Write that down. What behaviors or situations make you feel disconnected from who you are? I need you to write down. I need you to talk it out. I say either or because some of us love to journal. Some of us love to voice note. Whatever it is for you, when is the last time you sat down and did some non-negotiables for your life? What type of leader you are, what type of leader you want to be, what makes you feel proud of yourself, and what makes you feel disconnected from yourself. Take time out, find those things out, make sure they're in your eyesight. When you take time to define your own values, you are going to stop chasing somebody else's version of success. We need your version. We need who you are. And trust me, if I do this list, it is going to look different from my husband's. It's going to look different from my team's. It's going to look different from my loved ones. It's going to look different because it's who I am. And we are not just carbon copies of one another. And so I need you to take time out to do this for you. I need you to stop comparing yourself. Just stop comparing yourself to others. Stop trying to be something that you aren't. Be the best version of you. And that is good enough. Someone didn't tell you enough that being the best version of you really is good enough. And it is really what the world needs right now. And that is also going to help you to find true peace at work. Now, our second point is protect your values from outside pressure. Once you define your values, the next challenge is going to be protecting them. Because trust me, this world, your neighbor, your family, your friends, strangers, listen, they are going to test you, thus testing your values. Let's say you value work-life peace, but your boss constantly expects you to work extra long hours, maybe not even overtime. Maybe they just expect you to work extra long hours, maybe for some comp or something like that, whatever is being said, or maybe it's voluntary free time. But notice, you believe in work-life peace, but your boss doesn't. Or maybe you value that collaboration, but your company really is about competition, individualism, period. And it's easy when those are two different competing values to feel pressure to conform and compromise just to be able to fit in. And I get it. I do. I get it. Who doesn't want to walk in a room and feel like they fit in? But when you're doing it at your detriment of yourself, that's when we have a problem. The truth can be hard. If you constantly betray your own values, you're not going to have peace. So you can keep trying to do it, but you're not going to have peace. So how do you protect your values at work? You're going to have to stand firm on what matters to you, even if others don't agree. I need you to recognize when a job or an environment doesn't align with your values. I need you to know that you have the right to make career choices that align with who you are. I am not saying if you are in total contrast that you run out today and you quit your job. That is not what I'm saying. I would say go work with someone, work with a coach. You can work with me. You can work with another coach. You can work with career advisors. There are so many different ways to get you lined up. I am not telling you, sir, ma'am, to run out and just chuck your job. I'm not saying that. Now, what you do is what you do. You're grown. But I'm not, nope, don't quit your job and say, Spark Joy Coach Miranda said. And you have the right to make career choices that align with who you are. I stand at that. I think you should be responsible in how you go about it. And if that is something where you struggle, stop worrying about what other people think about you and go get help if that is an area that you struggle in. Think about leaders that you admire the most. Do they constantly change their values based on what others want? So let me give you an example. Maybe you see someone on television, maybe it's a big star, and they fall from grace. And now all of a sudden, they're singing a new tune. Well, I would have never done that. And now this is my new stance. And you've been following them. And you probably will continue, or you may continue to follow them. And they have given you 3 different stances. So today they feel like drinking almond milk is great. Tomorrow they feel like it needs to be oat milk. Ho, 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 ho. A month later, they're going to tell you, no, we need to go back to white milk. We need to go back to whole milk. Okay. This is why you need to define your own values, not someone else's, because you want to make sure that you are good with who you are. Good leaders don't just constantly change their values. You are not going to hear them saying, Oh, today I support oat milk. Tomorrow I support almond milk. And guess what? No, I think we need to go to vitamin D. We need to go back to the regular old whole milk. Well, maybe sometimes 2% milk too. That's all I'm saying. If you define your own values, you won't be caught up in the milk train. And I don't know why. Milk just came to me, people. Milk just came to me. But you won't be caught up because a good leader really does stay true to what they believe, even when times are difficult. It will be very easy for them to be able to explain why they did what they did, why they take the stance that they take. If you are going off of someone else's values, you can only guess. Your answer, your stance won't be as strong because you went off of someone else's values. Strong leaders don't let external pressure shake their internal foundation. When you protect your values, you're going to gain confidence. You become a leader who people respect. You are authentic. You are consistent and grounded. And more importantly, you keep your peace no matter what is happening around you. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Knowing your values is key to maintaining peace at work. When you are clear on what truly matters, you stop wasting energy on things that don't align with who you are. If you don't define your values, someone else will, and you don't want that. Don't let workplace culture, pressure, or other people's opinions dictate what's important to you. Define your values, not someone else's. Take time, like I said earlier, to identify what you truly care about, even if it looks different from others. Protect your values from outside pressure. Please stop compromising. Just stop. Stop compromising who you are just to fit in. Strong leaders stay true to their beliefs, even when tested. So here's my challenge for you. Please take 10 minutes this week to reflect on your values, write them down, voice note them, own them, and make sure that your career starts to align with them. Because when you lead from your values, you don't just advance your career, you do it with clarity, confidence, and peace. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget, share one value that's important to you in your career. Please, let's keep this conversation going. Join me next week for more incredible insights. You deserve the best. It is my goal, it is my purpose to help you to reach your next level. Let's elevate your career together.